Hello and welcome to another edition of Fairy Tale Football, the internet's second best fantasy football podcast. I'm here with Chris Stato Brown. The plague has departed from both of us. We're back in full health.
Yeah, that's right, mate. You've had a bit of a run yourself there.
Yeah. I'm not blaming you, but there might be a correlation there.
Oh, come off it. I stayed well away from you, lads.
So how you doing, Chris?
Good. I had to go to Spain to kick my cold, but I feel a lot better for it. Bit of sun. Can't go wrong, you know.
Excellent, very good.
It was really, to be honest, stress leave. I couldn't handle the pressure of the World Cup there, but
didn't work out for Australia in the end.
Well, yeah, come on. We had to play the All Blacks, and that's always going to be a difficult shot. So, but I think we did all right, you know. Yeah,
I think you overperformed. I think based on what people felt going into the tournament. I think you had a very tough group. You topped the group. You struggled past Scotland in the quarterfinals. Then you did okay against Argentina in the semis, but yeah, coming up against the All Blacks is always.
Look, I'm going to have to call you up there, Eamon. I think a few things did go our way, but we did play very well. So.
I know you did. No. I'm not saying that you didn't deserve to make the finals. I'm saying that a year ago, I think Australia wouldn't have been fancied, particularly in the World Cup. I think.
Well, no one's going to argue that, but we were very happy with how it went, and I'm glad that we gave them a good challenge in the final. At least, like it wasn't exactly how we wanted it to go down, but it was good. It was good.
It was a good final as well. It was entertaining.
So
here we are.
Let's jump straight to the football. There's no scores in any of the games that are happening now.
We do have one result in already.
1-0 to Newcastle. Did you expect that, mate?
I'm not shocked. I didn't have any particular feelings on it, to be honest. I don't have any Newcastle or Bournemouth players, so largely I didn't care how it went. But Bournemouth without Wilson, they lost Callum Wilson with a serious injury there a month or so ago, and since then they've really looked like they're going to struggle. I think pretty good chance they'll be relegated now. I think when Wilson was firing at the beginning of the season, it looked like they had a chance, but I don't see it now.
Well, I'm going to be up front with you, mate. The first exclusive for the day is that I took a gamble on Mr. Ritchie.
Oh no!
And nothing happened. So that's the start of the curse. No, of course I didn't make him captain, but I did have a shot.
Okay. You brought him in specifically.
I brought him in specifically for a chance.
Yeah.
This is the start of my downfall. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But
that's step one.
That's step one. So I can guarantee that the curse is still alive.
Yeah. So the game finished 1-0, and the goal was from Perez. And just a quick bonus point count there. I think we can reasonably assume Perez has taken home 3. Yep, that's what it looks like. Oh, actually, maybe not. Elliott in goal. He had 5 saves. He's on 35 BPS, so he's got a chance at getting the 3 bonus points as well. And then for the last bonus point, we're probably looking at Dummett, an old favourite of mine and Mark's, but not so much recently since Newcastle pretty much can't defend these days. So a good result for Newcastle though.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure they're very stoked about that in a way.
Yeah, they're out of the bottom 3 as well, which I think how they started the season, I think they would have been tipped to go down by a lot of people. Maybe now things are going to start to turn around a little bit.
They copped a couple of yellow cards there, Jan Matt and Tiote.
You used to have Jan Matt, didn't you?
I did. I hate him.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything for me as soon as I bought him, but hey, that's my story. So
yeah,
there were a couple of yellow cards for Bournemouth too, Arter and Smith.
Okay.
So that was pretty much a non-event. Other than that,
and Richie got you 2 points, but nothing else. Disappointing.
Richie,
yeah. So that didn't work out. Did you make any other transfers this week, Chris?
Yeah, I did. I brought in another Manchester United defender there, Roja.
Yeah.
He was popping up in price there, so I just took a little bit of a gamble. I had one of those useless Norwich lads that were injured.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is now because he doesn't mean anything to me anymore.
Williams, maybe?
Don't know, but anyway, he's broken, so I had to get rid of him.
So you've got 2 Man United defenders.
Yeah. I've taken a bit of a gamble there too. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see them getting a clean sheet. Anyways, they've been very solid defensively, Not very exciting going forward. But who are they playing today?
They're playing West Brom. Yeah.
West Brom at home. You'd fancy them there.
12 minutes in, they have 86% of the possession. So let's hope that's a good sign.
They've
I'm not expecting
4 clean sheets in a row. So
yeah, not expecting them to score many goals. But as long as they can keep a clean sheet, that'll do me.
You need to make up for your Richie catastrophe. Who did you sub out for Richie?
Well, to be honest, this is where it starts to falter. I took Pele off.
Oh. Pele playing Sunderland.
Yeah.
6 goals Sunderland.
I thought it was a goer, but
that was madness.
Well, it's just
I know Newcastle are bad, but Sunderland are rubbish.
It's just the start, mate. I'll tell you more as it goes on. Hey, by the way, congratulations! You did another great show, the Fan Few podcast there the other week.
Thanks very much. Yeah. Very enjoyable evening, I have to say. Really good panel of guests on it. I've been listening a little bit to those damn Yanks.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
They're good, yeah. I like their show.
I really like that they're just laid back, easy guys. There's no egos. It's not like the Mills and Quigliani show. Have you listened to that one?
No,
it's a good one too, but there's a bit of ego there. But these guys, the damn Yanks, they just talk it through,
Yeah. No, they're good. I think Dave is still the king of the podcasters. He's definitely got it down to a T. The show is very, very professional.
Dave is the ultimate professional, I agree. It's just so easy to listen to him and his show.
So last week, the Gameweek12 preview, the main topic of discussion was how would Everton do?
Yeah, well, of course, but before you go into there, you got to tell us you called it.
Yeah, I called it. I at the end of the podcast that I was on with Dave, I butted in at the end to say I wanted to make a prediction on Everton. And I was predicting good things for Everton last weekend against Sunderland, and I was saying that I was tipping Lukaku. So I made Lukaku my captain, and Everton ended up knocking in 6 against Sunderland. So I was vindicated. Lukaku only ended up with 14 points, but Kone got 20. And Delafeu, I think, got about 13 points, something like that. So
you killed it, mate. You killed it.
I was pretty happy with that. Now, the guys on the Fantasy podcast weren't overly keen on Everton. Like, there was mixed feelings about them. Admittedly, one of them was an ardent Liverpool fan, which would probably skew it a little bit, but they didn't sound like they believed in Everton too much. But if you look at their fixtures, there's no team in the league has better fixtures than Everton. You
called it, mate. I was very impressed when it came through for you. I was nervous for you, but it worked. And so they discussed it this week, of course. They had some big guests there.
An Australian cricketer,
Trent Copeland.
Is he somebody you'd be familiar with?
Well, to be honest, I don't pay a lot of attention to the cricket.
Me neither. Now I'll be even more honest.
It's pretty un-Australian of me, But it's sort of it's definitely an Australian thing, If you're there and it's on the TV, it's so lovely to watch over summer. But it's a bit harder here,
Yeah, definitely.
The Ashes. We won't go into the Ashes, but
did England beat you?
Yeah, look at this.
What happened there?
Oh, mate.
That should never happen.
We're not going to discuss that. This is a football show, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good show. He's right into his fantasy football, isn't he? Fantasy everything, it turns out.
Yeah.
But he came in the top 1,000 last year, he said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's at the elite level now.
Yeah.
I'm in the top 500,000 at the moment, so this season has gone from bad to medium. I was like 1.5 or 2 million placed after the first couple of weeks, so I had a disaster of a start. Currently, I'm 412,000, so I'm nearing the top 10%. My aim is top 100,000 by New Year. If I could reach that, I'd be very happy. That would give me a chance of a pretty decent end to the season.
Hang in there. Well, I think this is the time where the crazy people start to drop off, So the cream will float to the top.
Yeah.
We have to give a shout out to our James Uffland, who's leading our comp. He's actually at exactly 1,000th in the world.
Oh, wow. That's very impressive.
As of last week.
We have some serious talent in the Fairy Tale Football League.
Well, yeah, we have him, and we have to give a shout out to our Chris Adewale, who's only 266 points behind, coming last. He's exactly 3 million and something.
Wow, that's not great. Has he been in it since the beginning?
He has. He's our champion that made 12 transfers there. I'm pretty sure. I haven't had a chance to check his team, but I think he tried to play his wild card and didn't
We've had 2 new additions as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, one of them I knew about, Moraldo FC. Aquare Miracle is the manager's name, and he's been tweeting me. He was the guy asking if why I picked sliced bread as my team name.
And why is that?
Because my team is the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, well,
obviously.
Well,
sliced bread is good, but yeah.
The top 100,000 things in sliced bread.
Well, yeah. Obviously, you can't always win. And another team with manager Ben Martin, and the team is called A Dire Squad. So it's great to see a few new entrants.
Yeah, look, that's brilliant news. We must be up over 150 now, eh?
We'd hit about 130 after the first couple of game weeks, but I thought it'd kind of settle down around that. I'll go and check, see exactly how many we have.
So we have a few outstanding issues from the league.
We do.
We did give away a couple of prizes there at the start of the season.
Yeah.
We'd given a pledge to give someone €20 to the leader at Game Week 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so it went to the guy who won. It was Nathan Cowenberg, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But we had a lot of trouble tracking him down. So I think we've officially given up. We've tweeted him. We've stalked him on Facebook, Google, and all sorts.
We've been trying our best to get in contact with him. We've sent him messages telling him he's won, that a Nigerian prince is holding money for him, and all he has to do is send us his bank account details. But
it's
for some reason he.
But I think we did. I decided that he was a 9-year-old kid from the Netherlands.
You did, yeah.
So that's as far as we've got.
Yeah.
And it's kind of refreshing that a 9-year-old kid's not writing back to people saying, "Hey, you've won €20."
Yeah.
But I don't know. He did enter our competition, so.
So unfortunately, unless we hear from him by the end of
I think
today,
it's kaput.
Yeah, I think it's kaput. So we're going to have to give that money away, or at least I'm giving my €10 away. Anyways, are you willing to put back your €10 back on the table?
I am for sure. Look, we have to maybe have a meeting about how best. We should run another competition, I think.
Definitely. I think captain of the week, or manager of the week, top point scorer after transfers, maybe 2 game weeks from now, something like that.
Well, all right. I'm interested because then anyone's up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like from last to first, everyone has a shot at winning it. Whereas the reality is, if you said the leader after game week 14, there's probably about 3 people who could potentially win it.
Okay, I like that idea. What about the only thing I'd say is maybe we should split it up into 2 or 3 game weeks. Just go all in one.
I think jackpot. All in one. A jackpot. Yeah. Given the difficulty we've had reaching Nathan, he'll probably win it again, you know. So I think if we said game week 14, whoever is the manager of the week for game week 14, the games are being played on the 28th and 29th of November. That gives everyone a few weeks to kind of get their team ready and to be in with a chance.
It's an unlucky number for me, so I'm not giving away my money. But let's give your tenner away, and then I'll give mine away.
Alright, so I'll stick my tenner up available for the manager of the week for game week 14.
Alright.
Why is 14 an unlucky number?
I just don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
Is it because it's next to 13?
No, it's because I've never scored 14 points in FPL.
For any of your players? Or any of your week totals?
Alright, look, that's a great plan. Let's do that.
Okay.
Create a bit of atmosphere. It's what are we going to do about the wild cards? So wild cards don't count, correct?
So if you play your wild card,
I meant those triple. What are they called? I can't even remember.
Okay, what we'll say is if you play your triple or your triple captain or your bench boost, those points are not going forward.
Yeah.
So we don't want to create any weird incentives for people to do something stupid.
Yeah.
You can play your all-out attack if you want, and that's fine because that's not really worth much. It's worth maybe 2 points.
Yeah, I actually think it's worth negative points this season, isn't it?
Yeah, given how well the defence has started off. As things are now, maybe not. It started to swing back towards the strikers.
Alright, no, I'm in with that. All out attack's okay, but the others, if you play them, it won't affect your points. No,
and also, obviously, if you make transfers every 4 points, is going to be taken off your total score for the week. If you have your wild card and you play it that week, then you've unlimited free transfers. Yeah. So maybe it'll motivate a certain Mark O'Callaghan to play his wild card. He's been hoarding his wild card. And do you know what he's waiting for? My guess, he's waiting for Aguero to come back.
Well,
I think so. Which is a fair plan, I'll have to say.
But he should just do like I did and buy Aguero and sell him again in 1 week.
You bought him immediately after he scored 25 points. The day he scored the 25. And then when he came back from international duty, what happened?
He's broken.
He was broken, yeah.
Look,
have we had a goal yet?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Have we even had a yellow card? Has anything happened?
I don't think. Well, nothing serious anyway. I don't know about yellow cards. It's a bit tricky. So
nothing noteworthy has happened.
I will just keep an eye on things. Look,
I made Mahrez my captain this week. Who did you go for?
I've captained Vardy. Captain Vardy.
Mark has gone for Vardy.
This is my new strategy. It's a bit different. So.
Excellent.
But Manchester United still have 75% of possession.
Okay.
Swansea 70%. Southampton 68%.
Right.
So look.
Come on, Pele. I brought in Bertrand in defence. He was a great player last year. He's been injured for a good bit of this season so far. Yeah. But he's back in. Last week he got 11 points. He got an assist and a clean sheet and a couple of bonus points. So I'm backing Bertrand to do the business against Sunderland. I'm hoping he might chip in with a goal. That would be great. A clean sheet would be lovely. Get about 15 points. I'd be happy out.
You're hoping he's gonna do something?
Nothing for Everton so far. I would be hoping for something there. I put Coleman on the bench this week. I thought away to West Ham, tricky game, so I said I'd leave him on the bench. But I do have Lukaku and Barkley on, so I'm hoping for a bit of magic there.
Fingers crossed for you, mate. Fingers crossed. Here, look, you did a show last week with Mark.
Yeah, it was good fun.
You got him out of Cork South Central.
I managed to convince him to come down to the Deer Park studios. Can always be a little bit tricky. And to be fair to him, he cycled in. He cycled all the way from Ovens. It took him about an hour, he was saying. So he
probably got lost.
No, I think he stopped for a chicken roll, he said at one point. So we had a very enjoyable show, just the two of us now. We just did an hour last week, and we watched some of the New Zealand final. I think we can call it the New Zealand final, without risk of too much offence.
For the listeners, I'm shaking my head in disgust.
Interesting news, Mark. Mark, if you're listening, Cedric is not playing for Southampton. He's not on the pitch, and that could be detrimental to Mark's plans for the week. So he's going to be having Huth come on. Knowing Mark's luck, feckin' Huth will get a clean sheet now, which would be disgraceful. And feckin' Bertrand will concede a goal against the useless Sunderland now. That's the kind of thing that happens for Mark. I did give him a good beating last week, which was nice. I really needed it. I brought it down about 20 points. So just got a retweet from the Chief there. Cheers, Chief. So we're on the air. If you're listening to us, you'll be aware of that already.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we get a few tune-ins.
That'd be great.
The Chief is improving too. Like he's flying up.
Where is he now?
Well, I think I don't know. I think he's about the top. Well, he's in the million.
Okay.
He had a bad start, you know. Yeah. I felt for him because
there's a lot of us had bad starts.
Yeah, but the Chief, he's got the vision, you know. So hopefully it comes right for him.
I think if you have the focus and the willingness to just keep going, you get there in the end. Like
I think I'd like to break an exclusive for all the listeners. My better half, Lionel Messi. Yeah. She had her first crack at the fairy tale at the fantasy football, and her strategy was to follow the Chief.
Yeah.
And she got off on the wrong side of his prowess, you know, because she was disappointed.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think she gave up. Well, she got stuck because he made some transfers early in the week and she didn't have enough money to keep up. So then it all became too difficult.
Speaking of money, Chris Moneybanks Brown, you've got a serious amount of cash in the bank. Your team value is what, about 106 million, something like that?
Yeah, 106.1. I'm the second most valuable team in our league.
Excellent.
I have to give a shout out to...
Is Richard still ahead of you?
No, he's trapped off. I think his name is Joyitz.
Okay.
Jyotz.
Right. I'm not on it at all this year in terms of the money. Last year I was king of the money, but this year I to be honest, I haven't been able to dedicate as much time to it as I would like. So some things have had to go by the wayside, such as trying to get the most money.
Yeah. But look, we do know that's not the path to success. You know, it's
money. But it helps.
It helps. It's making my life easier, but I still have to convert it to points, you know, and that's the mission.
Yeah.
So this is actually maybe time for another exclusive. I having a holiday and a bit of time away from podcast duties, I reassessed my team and rejuvenated my strategy, you know.
Okay.
So I think I'm just starting to change gear, and obviously it's not working because Richie has got me off on a great start. Thanks, champ. So I'm doing the analysis again. So hopefully this is where I crash and burn. You know,
you're going to try and turn analysis into points.
Yeah.
So you're at the 1 million mark, so you're at a kind of not terrible position, but you're not in the big leagues.
No.
I think top 100,000 is where it starts to get serious. That's where I'm always kind of wanting to be. I feel that if I'm in the top 100,000, I've had a respectable season. So at the moment I'm in 400,000.
Yeah.
So I'm still a decent bit away from that, but
I think you had about 547 points, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think we need to give a shout out to your better half. She has 552 points, so she's still got you.
She's still ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's close, very very close. I'm closing in on her. She's been ahead of me all season, I think. So this is about as close as I've been all year. I'm only 21 points behind Mark as well, so I'm really hoping that I reel him in, because I'm sick of being well behind him. And the Dark Lord is still well ahead in our own mini league. So the original Founders League. He's still kicking ass. He's 64 points ahead of the Blarney boys. Neil McCluskey is still doing very well.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's only a few points behind there. He's got 576 points. So James, our leader, is on 661, which is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Neil's doing well, but we have to shout out to Richard O'Callaghan, brother of the great Mark. He's on 613, so he's actually in the mix. You know.
Nice one. Well done. Richard, there we are. West Ham have scored. Lanzini, first goal of the game. 30 minutes in, Lanzini has scored. Can we get the assist there?
It'll come through in a minute, I'm sure, but
I'm sure it will.
Look, it's been a very quiet first half.
I'm pretty happy that I left Coleman on the bench right now. Anyway, there's the Everton clean sheet gone. I'm hoping now once they get a couple of home games against some really weak opposition, they might get a couple of clean sheets. They did lose some really good defenders though. Leighton Baines and Jagielka are both out injured for a considerable period of time. So Everton are a bit weak at the back. If you are interested actually in a cheap Everton defender, Galloway, 4.5 million. He's going to be playing until at least Christmas, I'd say. And again, Everton have easy fixtures, so he's someone I'd consider if you need a cheap defender who's going to play for a decent team. I think that might be the way to go.
Great work. Look, we still don't have the assist coming through yet.
No.
So look, in terms of value, I also noticed there's the guy Electric Trad. He's doing worse. He's got 97.1. So I think he's going to have a tough time. I don't know what's happened there, but
he hasn't made any transfers, I'd say, or very few. Well, that's usually the story. We still don't have a confirmation on the assist, do we?
No. So look,
we are in the Opera Lane studios today and not in West Ham's studio.
Yeah, we've got a couple of listeners there. So if you are listening, feel free to tweet us at Fairytale League, or you can call us on Skype. If you're on our webpage, there's a big button there. If you'd like to chat, tell us what you think. Give us some advice, suggestions.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from some of our listeners. That'd be great.
Even tell us how boring we are.
Yeah.
We're happy with any feedback.
If Mark was on the phone, I'm sure he'd be telling us how boring we are.
Yeah.
So we're not as controversial without Mark. We probably won't even have to beep anything out of the podcast this week.
Should go straight up on iTunes. So we had some technical difficulties there, but we've got that all sorted. So
yeah, I think so.
This will be straight to your iTunes bank, so don't forget to subscribe.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're looking for it, and it'll be up on YouTube as well. So I still haven't got confirmation. Maybe there isn't an assist there. We'll have to take a look. See if we can figure out who got that assist for
come through
the
eventually.
Lanzini goal. There's been very little going on, which is why I'm desperately looking for something to tell the people. No assist as far as I can see, and that's why we haven't been getting anything through in our feeds.
Yeah.
So no assist.
I've got another thing we got to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Our very own Joe McDevitt. He was the official captain of the week last week.
Yeah,
but
well done, Joe.
It slipped past us because I was absent. I was at a conference there, so
yeah.
He got 88 points last week, and out of the highest in the competition was 144.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't right up there, but he was the highest in our league.
140.
Someone scored 144 points.
But Joe, fair play to him. He's been going very well this year. He's still holding his own in the league.
Yeah. He captained Mahrez, and who got 15 points. He had Kaczynski with 15, Lukaku 14, Ighalo.
Ighalo's been great all season, and he's still doing it consistently.
So congrats, Joe. Well done. We'll get a photo of you with the hat before it moves on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Unless you keep it. I'd be very impressed if you can keep it there, Joe. He was on an upward trajectory, you know.
Yeah.
He's catching in our office league anyway. He's flying to the top.
Excellent.
Trying to keep the lads honest.
Where is he now? He's 4th place, and he can't be far. He's only 12 points behind Mark. So he's well in there. I think if you take out 1st place after that, it's a fairly open competition.
Here I was thinking. So the captain of the week was one of our favourite aspects of the podcast in the league, but it's sort of died a bit now. We've got all these people that aren't interacting with us, you know, in the league, and they're doing really well, but they're the lucky ones, you know.
Yeah, we don't know who they are.
So I was going to suggest to you, mate, that if someone is captain of the week and they tweet us, we might actually genuinely send them a hat.
We could potentially do
in return for a photograph with a hat.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do it at least once, anyways. Yeah. We'll throw it up there as an offer, and we'll see if we get a biter.
Yeah. So we'll do that. The next captain of the week. If you're captain of the week and you write to us, we'll send you a hat in exchange for a photo. Yeah,
and captain of the week means you have the team with the most points in our league that week after subtracting for transfers. So we won't be factoring in the or we won't be taking the points off chips. If you use exactly. You use the chips all you want. I think most of us will be keeping the chips until the double game weeks. That's where they're going to be of most value, anyways.
Yeah, so, except I'll play mine and everyone will get nothing.
Yeah. So let's see. Victor Moses' shot from the right is blocked by John Stones. The ball comes out to Manuel Lanzini, maybe 16 yards out. He takes a touch, opens up the body, and curls it beautifully into the top corner. So well done to Manuel Lanzini. 1-0 West Ham against Everton. And it could end up being a Victor Moses assist. As things stand, there's no assist given, but that could change. So that's the first goal from our 5 live games. So the other live games going on at the moment, we've got Leicester, Watford, Man United, West Brom, Norwich, Swansea, Sunderland, Southampton, and they're 0-0 in all those games. Do you have some possession stats for us there, Chris?
Yeah, look, Manchester United still have 75%, Swansea 75%, Southampton 65%. The Everton West Ham game is much closer. It's 52% to Everton. So,
okay.
Look, and Watford has a little bit more than Leicester. So that was my game. This is my new analytics suggested that the Leicester Watford game would be a goaling.
Goal fest.
A goal fest, because they've both been scoring a lot of goals and conceding a lot of goals. You know, so
so far it hasn't worked out.
This is because I started my new strategy. So that pretty much has cursed that as well. Manchester United clean sheets are still on the cards. And the other clean sheets I predict are Manchester City.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to seeing whether that comes.
They're playing Aston Villa.
So hopefully.
I think most of us would be assuming that'll be a comfortable victory for Man City. They struggled last week. They struggled badly against Norwich. They were 1-0 up, and Joe Hart had an absolute howler. Dropped the ball, cross in. He dropped the ball right in front of one of the Norwich strikers, Jerome, who just knocked it in. It was a bit embarrassing, really. And they were lucky that they got a penalty, and Yaya Toure stuck that in. And then, to the devastation of all the Kolarov owners out there, they got another penalty at the very end. Kolarov went up to take it. Would have been a nice 6 points and maybe some bonus points, and he missed, unfortunately. So I wasn't that sad, to be honest, because I didn't have him. Igalo, I think, may have hit the woodwork, but that's a little while ago. Against Watford. Let's see, is there anything else going on? There's not been much happening all week. I would like to see Everton get some goals now. Come on, Lukaku and Barkley, that'd be great. Yeah. And Pele, come on, Pele. My better half decided to put her Southampton players on the bench. She didn't fancy them today, which I thought was it's a little bit of a gamble, but we'll see how it goes. Cedric didn't play, and Mark will have to try and do an investigation to see what's happening there. Mark's going to be devastated, but then he's stupid hoot on, and Watford probably won't score. So
anything's possible. Anything is possible. Yeah, look, this isn't looking really good for me today. So the other big, so I did also end up benching Monreal and Alawin. What is his name? Alder wielded.
I can't pronounce that guy. Tottenham guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alder wielded.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I'm not even close, am I?
I don't think so.
Mark would love it.
Yeah.
You look, I benched they're actually good defenders, but I think that's going to be. I couldn't decide what was going to happen there, so I decided I'd chance the Manchester United.
Okay, so you've gone for doubling up at the back for Man United.
Yeah.
They're making us work hard here. Normally you'd expect at least some action, some interesting stuff, but there really hasn't been much. Apparently Ross Barkley had a penalty appeal. Maybe Andy Carroll might have handballed it, but no such luck. So yeah, there's nothing going on. What are we going to talk about, Chris?
Well, it's a good time to remind to say congratulations to you. You've been boosting our Twitter followers. We're up to 184 now.
Yeah. I think we're up about 20 in the last week. So that's pretty good.
This is great work. You do have a bet running with Mark that you'll have more followers than our office account.
That's right.
Which currently has about 560.
Yeah.
I'm sad to report.
It's got to be a struggle. It could happen, but it's a long shot. And to be honest, it's only for a point.
I thought it was a case.
No. It's just 1 point. And it was mostly done as
I remember. I was there. I remember you saying it was a box of beer.
No, it wasn't. It was just 1 pint, and mostly I made the bet as a motivation to myself to try and get out there, but I didn't want to.
It was more substantial.
Listen back, Chris. Listen back. It was just 1 pint.
I will. I'm going to go back into the archives there and check this, because I'm sure it was more than that, because it wasn't. It was substantially exciting, and 1 pint's nothing.
No, it was just a pint. I didn't want it to.
Oh, you might as well give up the ghost. So why would you bother?
Because I want to have lots of Twitter followers.
Oh yeah, well that's always lovely.
Yeah, but I didn't think I could actually win the bet. So I didn't want to lose lots and not have that many Twitter followers. I just wanted a little bit of motivation to make sure I was working at it. But when I inevitably lost, I didn't actually want to be out much. So that was my logic.
All right,
and I'm happy.
I'll take your word for it, but I am going to suggest Mark goes back and checks the records, because
feel free.
I remember something differently.
Mane's got a yellow card for Southampton. Anything else going on?
No, look,
nothing.
So the other, we had one official sponsor this season.
We did,
which was
FPL Assist.
Yeah, Joe from FPL Assist. He actually joined our league. I think he's coming about 30th.
Okay. So he's about the same as myself, I think.
I think he's better
30.
than you.
Oh yeah, no, he's a little bit ahead, but I'm 37th. So that's respectable.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But yeah, he sponsored our show. He was giving away one of his memberships, which gave you access to his secret data.
That's right. And Glenn Tubbert won that.
Did you get him? Did you hook them up? Did you get that sorted?
I may not have.
Oh jeez, man. All right. Well, sorry about that, Glenn. Eamon's on the case.
Yeah.
I'm going to withhold the cake until he gets it to you.
What are we looking at cake-wise, Chris?
Well, look, I don't know whether you deserve any cake.
Probably not. But to be fair, now I've been struggling manfully with flu and. Yes! Finally, something good has happened. Lukaku has scored for Everton.
Yeah,
that's fantastic news. And if Ross Barkley managed to get an assist, that would be absolutely unbelievably good.
That will sort you out.
I'm very happy. I'm happy on two fronts. Again, well, three fronts. Firstly, I have him. Secondly, I tipped him. And thirdly, Mark does not have him. Most importantly. So I think anytime Mark does badly, I'm happy. Everyone knows that.
I think the assist is to Gerard Deulofeu.
Yeah. So he got a lot of points last week. He had a good game against Sunderland, a goal and a couple of assists, or maybe a couple of goals and assists, something like that. But he did very well.
Well, it's the only action we got going around. So
yeah, you're right. Joe Fitzgerald is exactly 30th place in FPL, the FPL assist team.
Good work, Joe. I think you're on an upward trajectory there as well.
So that's excellent news. Anyways, something has finally happened that's of interest to somebody in studio. Do you have Lukaku? No. Were you not listening to me?
Look, I was, but I.
You got on too late.
No, I was trying to save myself for the international break.
Okay.
And then I got excited with my new strategy and went Richie and Rojo.
Okay.
I do like Icalo.
Yeah.
And obviously Vardy, you can't tell him. Pele's on the chopping block if he doesn't step up, but...
Yeah, but he's been doing it all season. Like, it's not like he's 3 games in a row without doing anything. He got points last week, didn't he? He got a goal. Yeah. So...
It's not looking good for my money men today.
No.
So look, are you going to commit to getting this prize to Glenn Tubbett?
Yeah, I'll try and do that this week.
Good work.
Yeah. Do we have a password? Like, did we get details from?
You were going to write to Joe and.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
I might just sign up. I might just sign up an account, give Joe the £1 and send the details to Glenn.
Our official sponsor.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do.
Well, we had an offer of sponsorship. I think that's good enough for me. To be honest.
It's not even £1. I think it's 99p.
99p.
Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah. So I think I'm pretty happy at the end of the half. Lukaku has scored a goal, and Mark doesn't have him.
Yeah.
And Mark has Vardy as captain, so that's always good as well. Excellent. Mark has almost nobody playing today.
It's half time. Sunderland, Southampton 0-0.
Okay.
Well, yeah, look, today's probably the quiet day then. It looks like all the fun's going to happen tomorrow with Man City.
Yeah. Only one game with any goals in it. West Ham 1-1 with Everton. So are we going to continue chatting during the halftime break?
Well,
or we could go off air for a little while and come back on. Do we have any listeners?
Yeah, look, we've got 2 listeners.
Okay.
So look, guys, if you are listening, feel free to contact us if you'd like us to talk about something more interesting. The cake corner of the week, we've got care of Cork Coffee Roasters.
Excellent. That looks fabulous.
It's a raspberry pie and a lemon slice. So
excellent. Can I sample?
Yeah, if you've committed to sorting out the prize,
I'll have it sorted out by tomorrow night. I'll have it by the end of the game week. I'll get it to Glenn.
That's a lemon slice. So do you want half of each?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, here, look, just
since I'm still slightly plague ridden, I'll let you do the breaking. Oops. So we still have, I think, one game at least going on still that must have started a little bit late. Man United, West Brom, is that?
Yeah, they've just gone to half time.
Okay, so it's half time everywhere. So cake corner of the week, Cork Coffee Roasters. Are you a fan of their coffees?
I did have one this morning. It was alright, yeah.
Excellent.
It wasn't, they're not official sponsors, so I can't comment.
No.
I'm unbiased.
If they gave you free coffee, how would you describe it?
free.
Come on now, Chris. The punters won't be getting it for free, so you have to sell it to them.
No, it is a nice cup of coffee. Their cakes are delicious too, actually.
I can attest to that. The cake is good.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to give us free cakes or coffees, we have no standards, so we'll accept anything. I think we should get in touch with a proper radio station, see if they'd be interested in a new program called Fairy Tale Football. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I think you'd have to you'll have to tidy up your act when I'm not here, mate. You seem to filter off the topic a bit when you're just with Mark.
Oh yeah, obviously.
You got to keep on the. I'll keep you on the straight and narrow, but
yeah, I think when it's just me and Mark, it's very hard to stay on topic.
Yeah. And I don't think a radio station will cope with the swearing and insults.
It depends. If it's after the watershed, it should be alright.
Look, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
You're not convinced?
Well, look, it's potential. It's potential. Obviously, the people get what the people want.
Exactly.
People like the show, so.
It looks like Man United will probably get another clean sheet. It's 0-0 at half time. They're very boring these days. But you've got 2 Man United defenders, so you're not worried about that.
No, I'm happy with that. Happy with nothing going on there. So you can pretty much guarantee West Brom are going to score a couple of goals there, at least one.
That'd be great.
Completely messed me up.
I'll be honest, given I am a Liverpool fan, so I'd absolutely love if West Brom beat Man United. That'd be terrific.
Yeah.
Maybe one of your defenders could go off with a clean sheet before they score. I'll give you that, Chris. How about that? Would you settle for that?
No. Look, my Richie thing's not worked out, so I'm going to need both of them.
You need to. Okay, so they both go off injured after 61 minutes, and then the onslaught from West Brom happens.
We'll see. Look, I'm desperately hoping Vardy or Mahrez step up.
I'm praying for Mahrez.
Yeah.
I made Mahrez my captain.
Yeah.
So Mark, having previously kind of given out about both of those players, has now brought them both in. He's less stubborn this year, I think. He's been more willing to accept that he can be wrong and that he just has to buy the players rather than just holding out forever. And then, although actually his tradition is to wait until too late, buy the players, and then they start being rubbish. So maybe that might be the kiss of death for Vardy.
Yeah, maybe that's the time. I should have realised this and not captain these boys. But
has Chris Smith and Alan Gibson gone into despair in the last couple of weeks? Chris must be heartbroken. Chris won our league last year.
I haven't been.
Oh, you haven't been in the office at all?
No.
Oh, you were there Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, but I've got stuff to do, mate.
You can't talk
eyes
about
on the prize.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he is. Chris Smith is devastated from what I can tell. He should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in front of him, and that's
that's a bad sign.
It's not a good future.
He won our league last year and he was very impressive throughout. Came in the top couple of thousand, I think, overall. Very impressive season. But this year has been an absolute disaster for him. He's 150 points practically behind the leader in the Office League, and he's about 170 behind the Fairy Tale Football leader. What's his overall position?
I don't care, as long as he's behind me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's
1.3
million placed, so rubbish.
Yeah, and Alan Gibson's there as well. Like, they both had shocking weeks last week.
He has. Here's an exclusive. Chris Smith has played his all-out attack chip.
Ooh.
So he had Dan Martin for Norwich suspended because he got sent off last week, I think. Was he suspended? Just double check. Yeah. And he didn't fancy Dawson, the West Bromwich defender, against Man United. He should have played the West Brom defender. And who's the third one? Sora, who hasn't been playing. So he reckoned he'd only have the Dawson as his only option, and he decided to put him on the bench. Hasn't worked out so far for him. Nothing's really gone except for the Lukaku goal. That's the only positive for Chris so far this week. I must say the lack of goals this week has been annoying. You would like to see a few goals. It makes a lot more interesting commentating on it.
Yeah, look, I was hoping it'd be a goal fest, but it's not happened. So look, I don't have anything further to add there. I don't know whether
No,
you've got anything.
I'm good. I think I've talked about pretty much everything I wanted to talk about.
All right.
Fixtures for tomorrow, if we just briefly preview those.
Yeah, Aston Villa and Man City at 1:30.
So Villa have been rubbish all season. They're bottom of the league.
This might be their time to shine if my curse is ringing true.
Yeah, that's
Man
certainly
City,
a possibility.
No goals, beaten by Aston Villa.
I'm predicting 1-0 to Villa tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's not impossible.
it's
Then
not
at 4
impossible.
o'clock, Liverpool host Crystal Palace.
Villa or Liverpool Palace. So Palace have been doing pretty well this season. They're probably going to end mid-table. I can't expect them to. I don't expect them to do anything amazing, but I think I would bet on Liverpool to win that game. Liverpool have been very good under Jurgen Klopp. They started, I think, with 3 draws, a couple of 1-1s and a 0-0, and they've won 3 games in a row now. One in the League Cup, one in the league against Chelsea last week, 3-1, some great goals there. And they won in the Europa League as well against Bordeaux. No, Rubin Kazan. Not the world's greatest team, but they're keeping clean sheets. They're scoring. Benteke's back fit. Coutinho's doing well. So I would expect Liverpool to win there.
Well, good luck, mate. I know you're a fan. The other game, 4 o'clock tomorrow, is Arsenal and Spurs. So who knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah, so London, North London derby there. I have Sanchez on my team. Bellerin is injured. You don't have Bellerin, do you?
No.
Arsenal defender, he's out injured, so he's on my bench for the day.
I have Monreal, who I've benched.
Yeah. It could be a goal fest. Harry Kane has started scoring again.
Yeah.
The guys on FanFeud tipped him 2 weeks ago. I think they were considering. Yeah, and he did score a goal last week, but I don't see him going on the run he had last year. I could be wrong. I could be looking like a fool this time tomorrow, but not this time tomorrow. 6 o'clock tomorrow. But I don't see it happening. I think Kane will have a decent season, but he doesn't. I don't think he's in the same form he was last year.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he does he does keep it up, I'm going to be on that bandwagon sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I'm not letting that one slip.
Yeah.
Look, we skipped the Stoke-Chelsea game tonight.
We did.
That's not going to... Who knows, maybe Chelsea's time... They can't get any worse, can they?
They could. It's hard to see it. One thing that will be interesting to see, a lot of people have been wondering what would life without Jose Mourinho be like at Chelsea. He is banned from the stadium tonight after his rant at the referee, so he won't be in the Britannica Stadium at Stoke today.
Watching on an iPad, I think.
So we'll get an idea of what Chelsea without Mourinho on the sideline are like today, and if they were to win, maybe it would be a sign that this might be the way forward. I think he'll be gone by New Year's. I don't think he's going to last.
I'm sure he'll be sending his messages regardless, so it won't matter where he is.
I would expect so. I've got Zuma playing for me. I don't like Zuma, but I knew Mark would play Azpilicueta, so I had to put Zuma in my defence as a kind of a counter.
One of the few with players still, I think.
Yeah, I bought Zuma foolishly a few weeks ago, and he's not done terribly, but Chelsea have been so bad. They've been so bad. And they won 1-0 up last week against Liverpool, and then Liverpool just ended up battering them 3-1.
So after that, there's the international break, so
that's right.
We won't be making transfers very quickly.
No. If anything, we've learned our lesson from our previous experiences, and there'll be no transfer made until the international break is over and everyone is returned in one piece.
Yeah. And for those chasing the money like myself, be aware that the prices don't really change.
No. If you're going to make transfers, either transfer tonight or wait till after the international break. There's no point in making them on Monday or Tuesday anyways. And you're as well to wait till later in the week.
And I believe I talked to the lads yesterday. They said they might be up for a bit of a party podcast on that Saturday, the 21st of November. So stay tuned on our Twitter account for the latest details. But it looks like there's some good games there at 3 o'clock. I think 6 games on the 21st. So we might try that if you're around.
I think I'm not going to be. I'll chat to you off air about that, but maybe I can call in.
All right, we'll work something out.
Cool. We should definitely do a big group podcast at some point soon. Get the lads on the couches and have a few beers.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Excellent.
Is
that everything?
That's everything I had to say.
Excellent. Another lovely podcast. Thanks very much for having me here again, Chris.
Pleasure. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. This is Fairy Tale Football. Goodbye.